we might cut it there and then go on a little farther in a minute.
So you were there on a hunting trip with Bro.Vernon when Bro.Vernon talked to the storm.
Yes, that was in October of 1963, and we were there. That was Brother Branham and Sister Meady's wedding anniversary. We were there. The storm, I think, was the day before that.
And were there many brothers with you there?
When we went, we drove from Jeffersonville. There was Brother Wheeler, Brother Banks Woods, David Woods, Brother Welch Evans, Ronnie Evans, and myself. And we drove to Denver, Colorado, and got in there late at night, and then we drove through the pass on over to Kremling and met Brother Branham there the next morning, and it was Brother Branham and Billy Paul were there. And then camped down the road from us about a mile away was John Martin, Earl Martin, Jack Palmer, and Bob Lambert. They were camped about a mile away from where we were camped. And we got in there to the hunting area on a Saturday, and Sunday we just around the camp and so forth, and Brother Branham would talk, you know, this and that and the other, and some of them I think went out and hiked in the woods a little bit. And then on Monday was the day they started hunting, and I never forget, it rained, real cold rain that day, and everybody came in. We built a lean-to with a piece of canvas and built a fire under it. And well, we'd sit under there at nighttime when the fire, and Brother Branham would talk. You know, we'd leave him talk till 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and that's kind of the way that we spent our time. And then, so this one morning, we got up early, and it was just breaking daylight, and he said, it looks like it's going to storm. And he said, if it starts to snow, said, you all head back to camp immediately, because you can get lost. That wind will swirl that snow, and you can't see nothing. You can't tell. The only thing is, you know, in the woods, and that snow's so heavy. So I don't know, it's about, I went back the other way from the camp, just up a little ways, and I remember those clouds coming in, and they were hanging so heavy in this valley, looked like they were so heavy you could just reach up and touch them. Yeah, they were just black, and I told somebody if I'd had a stick you could punch a hole in them, I believe the water would have run out of them when they were so heavy. But anyway, they were so heavy across there, and you just couldn't see nowhere hardly. And then, within an hour's time, they just parted, like Brother Ram said. He said, clouds part and go back where you come from. They just parted and went back, and the sun shone forth. And I know that sun was so bright, I think some of them, they got their faces sunburnt up there in the sun. You know, the sun is bright up there, but the altitude made it kind of cold. And then that evening when he came in, he came in and said something happened today that he'd wondered all his life. And I don't know, he never did say what it was. Because he saw Sister Meady back as a young person. And then we often thought, this is just my thinking, we often thought, could a man speak to the elements like that and they obey, like when Jesus was on the water?
That's what you were thinking at that moment?
Yeah, I mean, it's just thought, you know. And so it was quite a time. And then,
Brother Grant didn't say anything about what he had experimented that day.
No, but I know the day, I've got to back up just a little bit, because the day before this happened, hunters were all leaving and going out. The game warden had come in, and some of them had radios, and they said it was going to come a storm, and it was just leaving, going out. Everybody left. Even the other brothers who were in the other camp, they left. And we were up there by ourselves. And so that was the day before. And that evening he was talking about, said, now if it does come a storm like they're thinking, says, you get right back to camp. And we were the only ones left there in that area. And so then the next day is when the storm came through. and he spoke to it, and it just disappeared. And I remember him and I went to down to Kremling the day following that, and I know we pulled into a gas station and a little market or a rancher's supply store. It was kind of everything, grocery and hardware, and he said something. I said, "Look, weather looked like it was going to weather down here." He spoke to one fellow, said, "Yeah," I said, "Sure did, but it's sure strange. It just blew out of here." And it was, you know, they were seeing the results of it. And I think when the Martin boys left, they drove through snow going out of Kremlin that evening, or that night, because it was snowing along the road. But it just parted and was gone, just like he said. And you remember him talking, I believe Tom Simpson was coming from Canada down through, and he said a big snowstorm in that area. It was on the radio and on all the travel reports, and that was, well, it's just hard to understand. We can't fathom at all yet what happened. It was a real experience taking place, and we can say we was there when the prophet was there. And so then we went into town, got some groceries, and we stayed 4 more days. The sun shined forth, we came home, and no snow nowhere.
But it wasn't any real big deal at the time, was it? I mean, it just happened naturally.
Yeah, you could say that, but when you stop to look back at the way those clouds were, and just whoosh, gone.
But he didn't make a big deal out of it.
No. No, he's come back and he said, well, something happened today that I wondered all my life. You know, and he's talking about being up in the snow and up there, and it started snowing and swirling around, and he had his gun set down against the tree and so forth. And,
did he explain all that at the time?
No, he told most of that on the tapes, you know, later on.
Yeah, but I mean, at the time it was just something real simple. Him.
Yeah, right.
Then later he told the whole story.
Yeah, that's moving in simplicity.
Yeah.
Right.
Amen.
Okay.